What is food science? Food science is a multidisciplinary field that applies scientific principles to study food and improve food quality, safety, nutrition, and processing.
This is the oldest food science department in the country. It was established in 1918. You actually can see the original food science building out behind me.
One thing that I'm really proud of being part of the community here in the food science department is the people. And it's not just one leverage of the faculty, but the students, the staff, the administration.
I've got really fantastic colleagues who are doing cutting edge research, and the students are just so passionate about what they're doing. So it just makes a real joy to come to work every day.
Food science is it's so interdisciplinary. It has so many different niche groups. There's 3D printed foods. There's plant-based alternatives. There's so many different ways that you can apply any science to food science, which is so exciting.
Food science is the perfect home department for doing analytical chemistry because food is so complicated, right? Food has waters, proteins, lipids, carbohydrates, vitamin, minerals, all kind of different stuff needs to be analyzed.
So if you were going to break up food science, you really can broadly divide it into 4 major categories. The first one being sort of the molecular properties of foods and how to design them and understand how they work with each other to influence the quality and taste and aspects of the food. There's food safety, so ensuring that food doesn't get people sick. There's also understanding the influence of foods for human health and wellness. And then the last is sort of engineering foods and understanding how to produce them, especially in a sustainable way as we face a lot of pressures on water and climate, things like that.
Yeah, I've been a food scientist for over 4 decades, and I think this is probably the most exciting time that I've been working in this area. There's just so much interesting science going on and so many important problems to solve.
When we start to think about our food supply, 1 in 6 Americans are affected by foodborne illness at some capacity. And this is kind of a crazy factor to think about when we have the safest food supply in the world.
I'm a PhD student. This is my 5th year at UMass Amherst, and my research mainly involves developing improved ways to detect viruses in foods, specifically human norovirus, which is the most common cause of foodborne disease.
My research focused on the engineering concept to improve the food safety and improve the quality of the fresh produce using ultrafine bubble. My goal is to take this technology from the lab to real-world application in the food industry in the near future.
My research focuses on the interaction between dietary fiber and also the gut microbiome. And we all know that a healthy diet can help prevent chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and also some certain types of cancer.
My research involved studying the interaction between the different components in nuts that store lipids. And the nuts are very important because the nuts has a higher content of unsaturated fatty acids.
I'm working on alternative proteins, microbial protein. The approach that we're using only relies on gases. In comparison to the already established protein sources like animal and plant proteins, we have no need for arable or agricultural land.
Between climate change, the population growing, new technologies, new research have to be conducted so that we can make sure that we provide safe, quality food for all. And that's a huge challenge.
There's, lots of problems with climate change. There's flooding in some parts of the world. There's drought in other parts of the world. And that's causing, hunger. It's making it more difficult to grow foods. And I think we really need science to make a more resilient food system and to create a broader range of foods that are available to people and to create foods that are less damaging to the environment.
I love studying here at UMass. I love the international environment. Here I have met people from China, India, Korea, Japan, Iran, Turkey, South Africa, parts of the world that I have never been. And being with them is like knowing a little bit more of the world. So I love to be here.